Your courses are going to transfer. So the biggest question we get is, I'm going to take a statistics class while I'm in high school, while I'm dually enrolled, I'm home for the summer and I want to take a class and I want to know if it's going to transfer to my school. And so within the state of Maryland, we have a really wonderful tool. I'm not going to go to the website because it takes too long to navigate between those things, but I have some screenshots to show you over the next few slides. So what is going to happen is you're going to meet with an academic advisor, and academic advisors talk to students during their first scheduled advising meeting and try to get a sense from students about their program path, get a sense of where they think students might go next for planning purposes, and taking the correct program courses is very, very helpful. So the example that we're going to show you right now is in ArtSys, which is our articulation system tool in the state of Maryland. Now, this is just simply a tool. Like I said, your advisor is going to assist you with this. But the example that I'm showing right now is you can select a transfer institution, which is Carroll Community College, and where you want to go, which I'm choosing Towson for today's purposes. And then I have typed in as a course, Math 115, which is statistics at Carroll Community College. So if we move to the next slide, you'll see that Math 115 at Carroll Community College transfers under the equivalency as Math 231 Basic Statistics at Towson. It's a general education math, which means it's going to transfer as a general education math class, and it says, yes, it transfers. So this is a really wonderful tool for students to use when they're trying to figure out, okay, is this class going to go with me if I transfer to Towson or whatever other school that you're looking at? I'm going to pause for a minute and say the website for this, which also can be accessed from our website, is artsys.usmd.edu. I'll repeat that in a minute, just in case you didn't catch that. So I'll repeat it on the next slide. So for planning purposes, this is going to show you this class is going to transfer. Now, one thing that people ask all the time and talk about all the time is, well, my class didn't transfer. I took that, I looked it up in ArtSys, it didn't transfer. So in those cases, what sometimes happens is maybe you've taken statistics, but an example at Towson would be you become a psychology major. And for the psychology major at Towson, they require you to have applied calculus. So it's not that the statistics isn't a class that transfers to Towson, it does. However, the program math requirement might be a little bit different than the one that you took. In that case, it would be applied calculus with the psychology example. So those are things that come into play sometimes. And so you have to make the best decisions that you can at the times that you know what you're going to do. On the next slide, it's showing us, and I'm going to say the ArtSys website again, which is artsys.usmd.edu. And I'll say it one more time before I'm done. So what you're going to do is you're going to select a transfer program. This is just a snapshot of a few of the programs that they have at Towson. So on the next slide, it's going to show you I've selected accounting. On the top of this, it's going to show you all of the program courses that are going to be required for Towson as an accounting major. This is showing you the actual program classes: accounting, economics, business, communication. You can see statistics, Math 115 is there for accounting. So it's showing you all of those classes, and then the rest of them are general education classes, which means that you can kind of make some choices within general education classes. For your science classes, for example, you'll have choices between biology and geosciences and things like that. So this is one tool that you can use along with your advisor to determine if I want to be an accounting major at Carroll and then I want to transfer to Towson, here's the classes that I can be taking. Now, your advisor, if you don't know where you're going to go when you start at Carroll, that's okay. We understand. We understand many students come to Carroll because they're not really sure where they want to go or what their direction is going to be. But we're going to help you as much as we can, start making some of those decisions, and you might have it narrowed down to 3 schools. So then we will help make the best choices that we can during your first semester that would apply to all 3 schools that you're considering. So this is a great tool in the state of Maryland. Now, outside of the state of Maryland, they want to help you too. We don't have an articulation system exactly like this, but many, many schools out-of-state and private schools have transfer equivalencies listed on their website. So you can go to their websites and you can get a lot of information. When you go to a website, usually it has two different ways that you can enter. It'll say freshman students or it'll say transfer students. And so if you select transfer students, often you can find out a lot of information about what they're going to accept. For really common school, community college schools that transfer into those schools that have a lot of information, or you can call them. They'll talk to you, they'd be happy to talk to you, or you can visit when that's allowed. Okay, so your degree is going to transfer. One of the most wonderful things I think about schools in Maryland and community college AA degrees in the state of Maryland is that if you earn an AA degree in the state of Maryland, you are guaranteed to be admitted to a public school in the state of Maryland. So in many ways, it is much easier to get into a system school as a transfer student than it is right out of high school. If you're coming right out of high school, you know it's very competitive, very selective. You're competing against many, many students coming from all over the place. They're looking at standardized test scores like SATs and ACTs, high school requirements, all kinds of things, right? What your involvement has been. So if you have an AA degree already, you're guaranteed to be admitted. They want you because they know that you can be successful. You have proven that you can be successful in college level coursework, which is huge. So they know that you're going to stay if they accept you into their college. So that's guaranteed. What's not guaranteed is if you are applying for a selective program, like a clinical nursing program, for example, or engineering at the University of Maryland. You still have to, you'll still get into the school, but you still have to be competitive, take the right prerequisite and gateway classes and earn certain grades to get directly into those programs. So that's still going to be something that you're going to work with at that school. So careful planning with an advisor is really important. You're going to check with out-of-state schools because they want you to come there. They really, really do. Often private schools, public schools, all of them, they have really good transfer scholarships, especially if you're a great community college student. They have good merit-based scholarships for students because they want you to come. And you have a proven academic success record. If you want to have that residential experience, you can start at Carroll. You can have a great, great, great transition. You can have a great 2 years, earn that AA degree. You can still have that wonderful residential experience wherever you want to go. If you want to go to UMBC and live there for the last 2 years, you'll be able to do that. So we really want you to consider this carefully. We want you to contact us. We want you to ask ask us questions about this. And then that website one more time is artsys, artsys.usmd.edu. You will meet with a dedicated advisor before you register for classes as a new student, if you're taking one class or you're taking a full scale of classes. So make sure that you schedule an appointment after this session today. You will call and you will schedule an appointment. We'll give you that number later. You'll call and you'll schedule an appointment with an advisor and get the ball rolling after you've applied. So you'll apply, call and talk to the dedicated advisor, and we'll get you all set up. So without further ado, I am going to turn this now over to Josiah Gutland, one of our assistant directors, and he'll introduce himself.
Hello, future Linksers, Links students, Link plural. I think it's Links. I think we just say Links here. So why do students choose Carroll? I'm Josiah Gutland. I'm one of the assistant directors of admissions here at Carroll. And the reason students choose Carroll is we have small class sizes. And what that does is allow you to have a great learning environment and get to really know your teachers and the other people in your class and help build that network both in and out of the classroom so you can be successful in that course. We also have tutoring, free tutoring. Where else are you going to get free tutoring? Nowhere. Tutoring, both peer and professional, is something that none of us think we're ever going to need until we really, really need it. Like about week 12 out of 15 weeks, we're like, oh, we need some help now. Your best resource is always your course instructor. They've graded all the homework you've done. They've graded all your tests and quizzes. They know exactly what you know and exactly what you don't know. Okay, so we want to start with our course instructors. They love meeting with students. They have office hours set up. So go and meet with them in office hours. But when the instructor explains it, if it's still not resonating with you, if you're not making any sense, well, we have an academic center. We have a whole cadre of people up there ready to help you with math, science, English, Spanish, nursing, any other subject that we offer at Carroll, you can get some help up there at the Tutoring Center. Another thing we have is career planning and help. Who knows exactly what they want to be when they're a grown-up? Just me. Okay, good. Well, that's good. The average college student, they're going to change their college major like 4 times. So it's completely okay if when you start at Carroll, you have no idea what you're going to be doing. That's okay. We love those students. It takes guts, it takes bravery to say, I don't know what I want to be when I'm a grown-up. I still don't know what I want to be when I'm a grown-up. And I'm definitely old, so I should know by now. But we have career planning and help. All right, so we're going to help you figure out what you like, what you don't like, and how that translates to career opportunities. And that's through our advising and career office. It's right across the hallway from admissions. It's the second coolest office on campus.